This beautiful artwork that you see before you is supposed to be a portrait of Lisa Giordano, also known as Mona Lisa. She was the wife of Francisco del Giocondo, the wealthy Florentine silk merchant. This painting was painted by the great Italian artist by the name of Leonardo da Vinci in the time period between 1503 and 1506, but could be late up to 1517 in Florence, Italy. The reason why I stated it could have been painted late up until 1517 is because there was some difficulty in confirming the actual dates with certainty, because Leonardo actually lingered over the portrait for 4 years, leaving it unfinished. This painting was acquired and later brought by the King Francis I of France. He paid 4,000 ecus for it and kept it at a palace of Fontainebleau until it was moved to the Palace of Versailles. This painting was moved around a lot during some serious war times. It was moved after the French Revolution to Louvre and even spent a brief time in the bedroom of Napoleon in the Tuileries. Finally, during the World War II, the painting was moved from Louvre to Chateau d'Amboise and to its final resting place in the museum. Because this portrait was known to be the best known, the most visited, the most written about, and the most sung about, it also brought and attracted thieves. This painting was in the museum for about 5 years before it got stolen by a museum worker. He entered the building during normal business hours and hid in a closet until the museum was closed, and stole the portrait and hid it underneath his coat. This Mona Lisa painting is supposed to be a strong resemblance to the Virgin Mary, who at that time period was seen as an ideal for womanhood. As you can see, Mona Lisa sits perfectly upright with her arms folded, which is a sign of reserved posture. Her gaze is fixed on the photographer and seems to be welcome with this quiet look of communication. If you can notice, you can see that her face is brighter than her hair, veil, and shadow. It's like the photographer pictured her to a higher extent. Leonardo painted Lisa's hands the way he did, with the right hand on top of the left, to show that, rather than a wedding ring to decipher Lisa as a virtuous woman and a faithful wife, the famous painting has survived for more than 500 years. Did you know that from December 1962 to March 1963, the French government lent the portrait to the United States to be displayed in New York City and Washington, D.C.? During this time, in 1962, the painting was assessed for insurance at $100 million, but instead of buying an insurance policy, they used the money for high security. Today, 2015, that $100 million is valued at $782 million in today's money. One more cool fact about this painting is that if it wasn't for the French heritage law that states collections held in museums that belong to the public bodies are considered public property and could not be otherwise, the painting could be sold to help erase and ease the national debt. For this reason, today, the Mona Lisa is by far the most expensive painting and the most famous painting in the world up until the late 20th century.